In 2010, cutting the cord was supposed to set you free. Ditch the $100 cable bill, pay $8 for Netflix, and never look back. Fast forward to 2026, and the average American household spends around $278 a month just to watch television. That is not a typo. Number 1 on this list quietly became the exact thing you thought you escaped. And number 3 loses a fifth of its value the second you drive it off the lot, before you have made a single payment. Some of these you are paying for right now without realizing it. Others you were told were smart, responsible purchases by the very companies that profit from them. Before we start, hit subscribe, because at least 3 of these are draining your account this month. Let's count down 20 things no longer worth your money in 2026. Number 20. Extended warranties on cheap electronics. The checkout screen flashes it at you like a favor. Protect your $90 blender for just $29 more. It feels responsible, grown up, the kind of thing a careful person buys. But do the math the store is counting on you not doing. That warranty often costs a third of the replacement price, and most products never fail inside the coverage window. When they do fail, it is usually after the warranty expires, right on schedule, because that is how the pricing was designed. Consumer surveys have found that more than half of people who bought extended coverage paid more for the plan than they ever got back in repairs. One personal finance expert put it bluntly: the average warranty runs about $1,500 over a car's life, and the average covered repair is under $200. For a blender, a coffee maker, a set of earbuds, you are buying insurance against an event that costs less than the insurance. Skip it. Put $29 in a jar, labeled "when stuff breaks," and after 3 years you will have a fund and no salesman. Number 19. Fabric softener and dryer sheets. Your mom used them, your grandmother swore by them, and the marketing has never once let up. Soft towels, static-free socks, that clean linen smell. Here is what the ads leave out. Fabric softener works by coating your clothes in a thin, waxy film, and over time that film is exactly what dulls the color of your shirts, kills the wicking in your workout gear, and clogs the fibers of the towels you bought to be absorbent. You are paying $8 or $9 a bottle to slowly ruin the laundry you already own. Dryer sheets do the same thing to your machine, leaving residue on the lint screen that restricts airflow. The fix costs almost nothing. A splash of white vinegar in the rinse softens just as well, and a set of wool dryer balls, bought once for a few dollars, lasts for years and cuts drying time on top of it. An entire product category gone from your shopping list, and your towels actually get softer. Number 18. Paper towels. Americans tear through more paper towels than almost anyone else on the planet, and we treat the roll like it is free. It is not. A household that keeps paper towels stocked can burn through $200 a year, wiping up spills it could have wiped with a rag. The genius of the paper towel was convenience. And convenience is the exact thing you are overpaying for. A stack of cheap cotton cloths or cut-up old t-shirts does everything a paper towel does, then goes in the wash and comes back to do it again. Keep one roll around for the genuinely gross jobs, the bacon grease, the pet accident, and use cloth for the other 90%. This is the kind of swap that sounds too small to matter, until you realize you have been quietly setting fire to $200 a year, one sheet at a time. Number 17. Bottled water. Here is where it gets almost absurd. You are paying for something that already comes out of your kitchen faucet for a fraction of a penny per gallon. Buy a single 20-ounce bottle at a gas station, and you are paying close to $10 a gallon for water, which is more than you pay for gasoline. Even buying it by the case at the warehouse club, you are spending hundreds of times what tap water costs. For a family of 4, switching back to the tap can saves more than $1,000 a year. And the health halo the industry sold you is cracking. A study out of Colombia found that a single liter of bottled water carried on the order of 250,000 tiny plastic fragments, most of them shed by the bottle and cap themselves. So you are paying a premium to drink plastic. A filter pitcher costs $20. A steel bottle costs $15 and lasts a decade. Bottled water is one of the most successful marketing tricks of the last 100 years. And in 2026, it is finally starting to look like exactly what it is. Number 16. Landline phones. Ask yourself the honest question: when did the house phone last ring with someone you actually wanted to talk to? For most homes, the answer is never, because the only calls that come in are scams and robocalls. You are paying $20, $30, sometimes $40 a month to maintain a device whose entire purpose has been absorbed by the phone in your pocket. The one real argument for a landline used to be emergencies, reliable 911 access when the power was out. But modern cell plans include enhanced 911, unlimited minutes, and long distance built in. The landline is not an amenity anymore. It is a subscription to a museum piece. Cancel it, and the only people who will miss it are the telemarketers who had your number. Number 15. Pre-cut produce and pre-sliced cheese. Walk the perimeter of any grocery store and you will see it. Diced onions in a tub, cubed watermelon in a clamshell, cheese sliced into perfect uniform squares. Every one of those convenience cuts carries a tax, and the tax is steep. You pay a premium for the labor of the cut, and you pay again in shelf life, because the moment produce is chopped, it starts to spoil faster. So half of it turns to mush before you use it. A block of cheese costs less per ounce than the pre-sliced version and lasts weeks longer. A whole onion costs pennies and takes 90 seconds to dice. The 5 minutes you save at dinner are not worth the dollars you hand over and the food you throw away. Buy it whole, cut it yourself, and watch your grocery bill quietly shrink. Number 14. Name brand pantry staples. Here is a controversy the big food companies spent decades and millions burying. For a huge share of basic groceries, the store brand and the name brand roll off the same production lines, sometimes in the same factory, sometimes with the identical formula, and the only real difference is the logo and the price. Flour is flour, sugar is sugar, baking soda, canned beans, frozen vegetables, over-the-counter basics, spices. You are paying a brand tax for a jingle you remember from childhood. Blind taste tests routinely fail to tell the difference on staples, and the savings are not small. Swapping name brands for store brands across a full cart can cut a grocery bill by a quarter or more. The companies know this, which is why they spend so heavily to make you feel that the cheaper option is somehow lesser. It usually is not. Your dinner does not know what the label said. Number 13. Brand name over-the-counter medicine. This one costs Americans a fortune out of pure habit. Walk into any pharmacy and you will find the brand name pain reliever sitting right next to the store brand version. And if you flip both boxes over, the active ingredient and the dose are identical. By law, a generic has to match the branded drug on the thing that actually matters, the medicine itself. What you are paying extra for is the box, the color, and 40 years of advertising. The generic is not a knockoff. It is the same drug held to the same standard, sold for a fraction of the price. Switching to generics on your everyday allergy pills, pain relievers, and cold medicine can save a household hundreds of dollars a year without changing a single thing about how you feel afterward. Unless a doctor specifically tells you otherwise, the expensive box is buying you nothing but a nicer font. Number 12. Disposable razors. The disposable razor is a masterpiece of a business model, and you are the mark. The handle is cheap, sometimes nearly free, because the entire scheme depends on selling you replacement cartridges forever at prices that would embarrass a jeweler. A pack of brand name blades can cost as much as a nice dinner, and you burn through them because a plastic disposable dulls fast and then goes in the landfill. There is an old solution that the shaving industry would love you to forget. A metal safety razor, bought once, uses single steel blades that cost a few cents each instead of a few dollars. The upfront cost is a little higher, and then the running cost collapses to almost nothing while the shave gets closer. Same story with a reusable handle that only needs blade refills. You are not buying a shave. You are buying a lifetime subscription to plastic, and it is time to cancel. Number 11. Storage units. Here is a pattern break because this one is sneakier than the rest. A storage unit almost never solves the problem you think it solves. You rent it during a move or a life change. Tell yourself it is temporary, and then the monthly charge quietly becomes permanent. Even a small 5x5 unit can run more than $50 a month, which means in a couple of years, you can easily pay more in rent than everything inside the unit is worth. Think about that. You are paying month after month to warehouse things you are not using, many of which you have forgotten you own. The math is brutal, and it never improves, because the longer you hold the unit, the more sunk cost you feel, and the harder it gets to let go. For most people, the honest move is a hard weekend. Sort it, sell what has value, donate the rest, and shut the unit down. The stuff you were protecting was costing you more than it was worth. Number 10. Gym memberships you never use. The gym membership is designed around a beautiful, cynical assumption. They are betting you will not show up. That is not a conspiracy theory. It is the business model, which is exactly why sign-ups explode every January, and the parking lot is empty by March. If you are going 4 times a week, keep it. It is a bargain. But the vast majority of memberships are paid by people who go a handful of times a year, quietly bleeding $30, $50, sometimes $100 a month for a keycard they never scan. In 2026, the excuse is gone. There is a free workout for every body and every goal sitting on your phone right now, from full training programs to guided routines that need no equipment at all. If you have not been in 6 weeks, you do not have a fitness plan. You have a donation. Cancel it. And if you actually start working out at home, then reconsider. Most people never look back. Number 9. Buying things just because they are on sale. This is not a product. It is a trap. And it might be the most expensive one on the list because it hides inside everything else. 70% off is not a deal if you did not need the item. A $10 thing you will never use did not become a bargain because it used to cost $50. It became $10 of clutter. The entire outlet and clearance machine, the flash sale emails, the buy 2 get 1 shelves, all of it is engineered to switch off the part of your brain that asks whether you actually want the thing, and switch on the part that panics about missing out. The savings are imaginary because the baseline purchase was never real. The single most powerful money question you can ask in 2026 is the boring one. Would I buy this at full price if it were not on sale? If the answer is no, the discount saved you nothing. It cost you everything you spent. Number 8. Printer ink and the printer that drinks it. Here is one of the most quietly outrageous scams in your house. The printer itself is often shockingly cheap, sometimes cheaper than the ink cartridges it takes. And that is not an accident. The printer is bait. The manufacturer practically gives you the machine so they can sell you ink at a markup that, ounce for ounce, makes some of the most expensive liquids on Earth look reasonable. Then they lock it down so the machine complains or refuses to work when you try to use a cheaper third-party cartridge. You bought a printer. What you actually signed up for was a lifetime of buying their ink at their price. In 2026, the smarter play is to skip the trap entirely. If you rarely print, use your phone at a library or a shipping store for pennies a page. If you print often, Tank-based printers exist specifically to break the cartridge racket. Either way, stop feeding the machine that was built to feed on you. Number 7. The daily coffee and the $5 soda habit. Nobody wants to hear this one, so let's be fair about it. A coffee you love is a small, real pleasure, and life is not a spreadsheet. But the daily drive-through run is where good money goes to disappear without a trace. $5 a day, 5 days a week, is $1,300 a year, vanishing one cup at a time, and you never feel it leave because it never arrives as one big painful number. The newest version of this is the specialty soda shop, where a customized fizzy drink somehow costs $5 or $6, the price of a small meal. None of it is evil. All of it adds up faster than almost anything else you buy. The move is not total denial. It is intention. Make it at home most days, keep the treat for when you actually want to savor it, and watch $1,000 a year reappear in your account, money you did not know you were spending. Number 6. Bank fees, overdraft charges, and ATM fees. Here is a controversy that ought to make you angry, because this is money the bank takes from you for the privilege of holding your money. Overdraft fees, maintenance fees, the $2 or $3 an out-of-network ATM. Skims off the top. All of it is designed to be small enough that you shrug and forget. Stack them across a year, and they can quietly eat hundreds of dollars from people who very often could least afford to lose it. And here is the part they do not advertise. In 2026, you do not have to pay any of it. The market is flooded with checking and savings accounts that charge 0 monthly fees, refund ATM charges, and do not punish you for a low balance. Local credit unions compete hard on exactly this. Paying a bank a fee to store your paycheck in 2026 is like tipping the fox to guard the henhouse. Move your money to somewhere that treats it like a customer instead of a target. Number 5. Cable TV. The cord you were supposed to cut a decade ago is still plugged in for millions of households, and it is still the same bloated deal it always was. 150 channels, a bill north of $100, and you watch maybe 8 of them. Cable's entire model was to bundle the handful of things you wanted with a mountain of things you did not, and charge you for all of it, plus a box rental fee, plus a regional sports fee, plus a fee for the fee. The escape hatch has never been more open. A $20 antenna pulls your local channels, sports, and news out of the air for free, in crisp, high definition, the way broadcast television was always meant to be. Free ad-supported streaming platforms now carry more content than you could finish in a lifetime. Cable in 2026 is nostalgia with a monthly invoice. The only reason so many people still pay it is that canceling means a soul-crushing phone call with a rep trained to talk you out of it. Make the call anyway. Number 4. Extended car warranties. You know the ones, the letters that show up looking almost like a government notice, warning that your vehicle's warranty is about to expire. The robocalls, the high-pressure pitch at the dealership finance desk right when you are exhausted and ready to sign anything. An extended car warranty typically adds $1,000 to $3,000 to the cost of your car, and study after study finds most buyers never recover that money in covered repairs. Worse, the fine print is a minefield. Wear and tear gets excluded, deductibles apply to every single visit, and the plan often forces you into a specific shop. For a reliable car from a brand with a good track record, you are paying a large premium to insure against a problem you are statistically unlikely to have. The smarter version is to do what the warranty does, minus the middleman taking a cut. Open a savings account, drop in what the plan would have cost, and let it sit there as your own repair fund. If nothing breaks, you keep the money. Try getting that deal from a warranty company. Number 3. A brand new car. This is the big one people refuse to hear. So let's say it plainly. A new car is one of the worst financial decisions available to a normal person, and it is dressed up as a reward. The moment you drive it off the lot, before you have made a single payment, it can shed a fifth of its value. Within a few years, a huge chunk of the price you paid has simply evaporated into thin air, and you paid interest on that evaporating money the whole time. You are not buying transportation. You are buying the smell of new and the depreciation curve that comes with it. Meanwhile, the used market has been softening, and a 2 or 3 year-old vehicle lets someone else eat that steepest first drop for you. A certified pre-owned car from a real dealership even comes with a warranty backed by the automaker, so you get much of the peace of mind at a fraction of the loss. The new car experience is real, and it is seductive. It is also, in cold numbers, a machine for turning your money into somebody else's. Number 2, the subscriptions you forgot you were paying for. Here is the quiet epidemic of 2026. The average American is now juggling a stack of recurring charges, and a shocking number of them are for things nobody remembers signing up for. The free trial that converted, the app you used once, the wine club, the meal kit, the second music service, the storage tier, the shopping membership you renew on autopilot. Companies have gotten ruthlessly good at making the subscription invisible, small enough to ignore on the statement, buried enough to be a chore to cancel. That is the whole design. They are betting on your inattention, and they usually win. The single most profitable hour you will spend this year is the one where you pull up your last 3 bank statements and read every line. Cancel everything you cannot immediately justify. People who do this routinely find $50, $80, $100 a month leaking out of their account to services they had genuinely forgotten existed. That is not budgeting. That is a raise. And finally, number 1, the streaming stack. The great irony of the decade, and the thing that quietly became the exact monster you thought you had slain. You cut cable to escape the bloated bundle. Then you added Netflix. Then the one show your friends were talking about was on a different service, so you added that. Then another for the kids, another for sports, another for the prestige drama. And one by one you rebuilt cable, only worse, because now the fees are scattered across a dozen separate bills. By 2026, the average household is spending somewhere around $278 a month on streaming and connected TV, more than many people paid for cable a decade ago. The top Netflix tier alone has climbed toward $30, roughly quadruple what it cost when it launched. And nearly every service has hiked prices again and again, while quietly pushing you toward plans that put the commercials back in. Read that again. You are paying more than you ever did to watch ads you thought you had left behind. The companies figured out cable's oldest trick, bundling and creeping prices, and ran it on the very people who fled cable to avoid it. The fix is discipline, not surrender. Keep the 1 or 2 services you actually watch. Rotate the rest, subscribe for a month, binge what you want, cancel, and move on. Most services let you leave in 30 seconds and come back just as fast. Done well. That single habit can cut your streaming bill by a third or more. The era of cheap streaming is over. The era of paying attention has begun. So there they are. 20 things no longer worth your money in 2026. From the extended warranty on a blender to the streaming stack that turned back into cable while you were not looking. Here is my challenge. Pick just one this week. Cancel the Landline. Read your statements. Switch to the store brand. Make the call to cut the cord. Then tell me in the comments which one you killed and how much it was quietly costing you. I want to know who finds the biggest leak, because almost everyone finds at least one. You worked too hard for this money to hand it back out of habit. Now go get some of it back.